Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play HOI4 Kaiserreich France. Let us continue on from where we last left off. So we've defeated the rebellions down in the south. There was a very quick war against the Ottomans. Didn't really go anywhere, but that's okay. Let's draw back our front line here. We don't need to have a front line with the Ottomans anymore, because it really doesn't accomplish anything for us. We got some Portuguese troops, we got some Entente troops over here. We need to somehow make sure CNT at least loses the war, right? That's very important. CNT right now, they have about, like, 2,000 manpower. Now they have 0. Everybody else has a decent amount. So I think it would be nice for there to be, like, a similar event to the Americans, where, like, deal with the devil. These guys join sides to fight over CNT. Not that it's happening in the Americas quite yet. Okay, once again, it's Eid. The Portuguese troops have some guys on the border. Canada has sent over 4 divisions, really? Do I know what your equipment is? No. What equipment do I have? I have 6,000 rifles. With tension escalating even further. Oh, we get a little more manpower war support. With tensions escalating even further, it's highly surprising that popular culture in the country would reflect that fact. Indeed, the latest song that topped the charts in France is called They Make Excellent Frenchmen, performed by Maurice Javier. Star of the musical comedy and kingpin of French show business, the song lists the characteristics of a group of soldiers and officers, all coming from different walks of life, all in different occupations, many middle-aged, and with families of their own, of different faiths, races, and political opinions. All with their own little ailments, and yet the chorus states them all of them make excellent Frenchmen, excellent soldiers. Catchy comedic. It's the song's underlying call for unity as our nation is faced with the greatest struggle yet, and its exhaustion of the French infantryman, always ready to leave everything behind and forget himself in the fight to defend his motherland, and that has made it an immediate success. And all in the nation where everything is mobilized for the coming war efforts like ours, each and every one of us carries the identity of the sentiment we will fight and we will win because we must retake our home. A little bit more sport, a little bit more manpower. Not that manpower right now is a major issue. Canada has sent over a tank division, which I think is quite nice. And our 1 division has now arrived. Where does it make most sense for us to fight? Because again, as far as I'm concerned, I don't really care if the Kingdom of Spain wins. We just want to make sure that CNT loses. So for this to work, we want to attack your hills. Are there any plains around here? No, there is not. Unfortunately. How long are you gone for? Oh, 2 days. You know what? That's actually not so bad. So, India's capitulated. They've taken a bunch of territory. I don't know if Nepal got anything out of the war, though, so that's fine. And there's been another garrison attack in French Sudan. Look, we crushed like 3 rebellions so far. You do not want to fight us. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's not in your best interest. So we got some really weak units over here. We can see some French divisions on this side of the border. Canada is sending... Look, Canada do not fight against this Kingdom of Spain. I understand why you would want to. I just really don't think it's really in our best interest. You know, let's help with the Irish here. Try to push in a little bit. I'm trying to think, is this the best time for us to get the 10% organization debuff? Honestly, probably. Like, we need to take it sooner rather than later, because we're getting closer and closer to when the Second World Creek is actually going to begin. We want to make sure we don't get caught up with our pants down. We want that a big attack and defense bonus as soon as humanly possible. But with it being 1938, we're already getting a research bonus. Let's go for next level of industry tech, because that's usually pretty good for us. I'm lucky we're actually pushing over here just fine. We actually don't reinforce armies. I just realized that we don't reinforce because of the Republican Purge. We're at negative 4%. Did I never invent a radio? That should give us like a little bit of a bonus. I didn't. I need the radio because right now I actually do not reinforce, which I find hilarious. Okay, Okay, Lash Order's capitulated. We've gotten these two dudes surrounded, which is nice. Yeah, we can see some international troops on our border right now. Let's see if we can assist in these attacks. Again, we don't want to move to these provinces. We just want to help them out. Yeah, fusion machine done. We then want to follow that up immediately by getting radio. Because, yeah, right now, we just don't reinforce. Because of the Republican Purge. Which I would say is pretty bad for us. Okay, the Dutch East Indies capitulated. So you are now independent, which basically means that you're going to be joining up with the Japanese at some point, I would say. Giving Japan, like, a really strong front line with the... losing my train of thought. With the Germans, when they probably want to go to war with them. I'm even thinking, like, we could actually just justify a war goal against you. 180 days, though, it's a little bit too long for that. Transport states capitulated. I'm actually curious about our allies. Are you planning naval invasions right now? You are into Circassia. So, thanks for nothing. That's really not the battle plan that I would be going for at this exact moment in time. But you know what? That's okay. The Saudi-Omani War. We don't care about that. We could go, yeah, we want to then go for the royal dictatorship. Actually, do we want to get this first? Because we have more than enough time to get towards the counter-revolution. Construction speed is fine. I mean, getting actually the... You're actually also good. You know what? Let's go for national solidarity. Yeah, you guys are now dead, giving us way more units that we can actually have access to. Well, not we, but, you know, the Carlist can have access to. And we've pushed C&T basically out of the Carlist borders, which I think is quite nice. You guys have pretty high defense. You are piercing our armor, which is not great. The problem is that these are... I think you're both mountain provinces. Yeah, like, that's... very unfortunate. Russia is still declaring war on people in Central Asia. Again, doesn't really affect us, I think, too much. Organization plus 10%. Recovery rate. And it's usually, like, not bad. I also really like infantry attack and defense plus 5%. And more recruited population. Could go for max entrenchment as well. No, let's just get more recruitment up. Like, I believe our units should be better than CNTs. The Knights Monks of St. Croix. At the height of Oran stands the citadel built centuries ago by the Spaniards, the fort of St. Croix. Taken over and stored after the conquest of Algeria, the fort was recently a secondary garrison. However, the sleeping cathedral has been bustling with activity for the last few months. A school was created there by the regime to educate the future elites of the nation. Under leadership of Lieutenant Pierre Dunat de Sacoisac, a young and fiery officer, and a military chaplain, beloved by his men, the national security of cadres of Iran was created to an innovative 6-month curriculum to shape hundreds of the brightest youths in the nation into leaders worthy of serving France. With strict discipline, exemplary morality, strenuous physical exercise inspired by Scotius and military training, long hours of study, and deep sense of camaraderie, Lieutenant Dura du Sengosac hopes to create a new man entirely dedicated to the national interests. Interestingly, the students in retreat between sea and sky have begun to shape the spirit of the school themselves, nicknaming the old chief. Nicknaming Dura du Sengosac the old chief. Though the man is barely 30. They have styled themselves as knightly order with a motto and coat of arms, swearing an oath to France and their comrades. A development embraced in the direction of the school and the romantic image of the school brings even more volunteers. However, St. Croix's independence is worrying somewhat even within the government. While some consider the school to be slowly but surely into a personality cult around this old chief, it's, if not a cult, plain and simple, given the increasingly mystical Catholic devotion fostered by Père Nourice. What shall be done? War support or stability? I mean, I don't... You know what? Again, I think we kind of want to just, like, boost stability. Boosting war support is way, way, way easier than boosting stability. Which is why typically I think that's kind of, like, the best option for you. Japan has certain ambitions. Not a major surprise. We'll kind of see who joins up with their faction. Siam, the Philippines, and Indonesia. I see them all align themselves with the Japanese. Look, I'm going to say this right now, Carlos, Spain. You don't need a border against the French. I don't think they can actually invade you. Even though it actually would make sense for the International to intervene in Spain if CNT's like losing hard enough. And it does look like we're actually starting to push CNT back, which again is fantastic. I mean, our manpower is still like quite low. They can't really reinforce all their units perfectly. We actually know how close they are to capitulation. I'm assuming like not at all. I mean, the Kingdom of Spain is way closer. But I mean, they still got Seville. Again, we want the Carlos to win. Will you follow me into battle? The answer is no. Okay, you actually did take one province, which is nice. Let's kind of keep on trying to push whatever initiative we have. If we can actually try walk towards the sea, cut Catalonia off from the rest of the country. We can maybe get something done. I know I've done that in the past, where then it ends up with us completely breaking the AI, but hopefully we just don't do that this time, right? That's kind of my hope. You're moving up north. Neige and Muscat's ended their hostilities. Muscat, did you get backing for the Ottomans? You did. Okay. Again, not that really matters so much. I don't know why the AI wants to leave this one province abandoned. Like, Cuba joined the Reichspakt. I don't think that really affects us too much. Build some more military factories, please and thank you, in Algiers. It's like the only part of the country that cannot rebel against us, so... Let's just kind of keep spreading our forces up a little bit thinner. We'll go here. You're under attack, but if I counterattack into you... And we're getting reinforcements, which is nice. I think this guy right here, I'm hoping is marching into this province. Okay, now it looks like that he is. And once you're done attacking us, we're basically just going to go to this city. And I'm hoping that's going to be enough for the AI. Can I send any planes towards you? Yes, I can send 20 aircraft now. Lovely. And I can't send any more troops, though, unfortunately. So we want to... put you just to 20 bombers. Then you're going to fly your way up to here. Bomb this location. They do have a handful of bombers themselves. We actually have new divisions. We have 4 new garbage. Oh, yeah, because I was using you to make sure I can deploy those troops to the front lines faster. Okay, yeah, no, you just go to this. Can I actually upgrade any of you guys to be regular troops? Do I have enough equipment for that? Can I replace all of you? Yes, I can. Okay, fantastic. So, yeah, we'll get rid of the club divisions because they're, again, garbage. Okay, now that we've cut Barcelona off from the rest, I mean, they're still getting supplies through the sea. But again, what we're really wanting is for the AI to kind of break. So 1935 scouting troop of Muslim boys was created by Mohammed Barras, supported by reformist ulamas, traditionalist elite, and reform-minded Frenchmen. All hoping that scouting would promote physical and moral education, character building, and a sense of responsibility, as well as a duty to Allah and the motherland. Kind of troops being created since proving popular among the classes of many young boys, teenagers flock to them. National populism goes up. Yeah, sure, more stability. We're going to lose some political power, but again, I'm not really worried about that. I think we're just going to take Barcelona next. Take Barcelona, all these troops will have no supplies at all. Which to me seems pretty good. The King of St. John, or the Knights of St. John. That of Malta, though still a British possession, has been under our control since 1926. Deeply Catholic, the people of Malta were not particularly troubled by the rise of Action Francais and restoration of the monarchy. Though we were keen to manage their sensibilities in immediate aftermath of the coup de force, this was merely a temporary occupation. Upsetting the Maltese status quo would mean upsetting our allies. Canada will like us less. However, we have been approached by representatives of the Sovereign Military Hospital Order of St. John of Jerusalem, of Rhodes, and Malta, better known as simply as the Order of Malta, looking for an agreement for the monarchy, once rulers of the island, with whom they embarked. Do I want to... I mean, how could we refuse the help of actual knights? Canada will not like us as much, but that's fine. I mean, like, does opinion really matter so much? I don't believe so. What are the Canadians doing? The Canadians are still mostly down in the south. They might take Madrid, which would be nice. If they can actually close this corridor here and trap all these CNT troops, that would be great. I mean, we have air superiority. It's affected by 4.20%. Nice. Are we getting any aid here? We are crossing a river, which is not fantastic. But I go here instead. Go up and around to Barcelona. Because, again, taking Barcelona is kind of what we need. A burnt-out village. I think we had the same events. You know what? Let's go after them. What's the worst that can happen, right? How close is CNT to actually capitulating? Well, we've gotten them down to 85%. Once they take Barcelona, they're going to be in a much worse situation. Okay, well, did they get lost in the desert, unfortunately? So I think you're under attack here. But, I mean, our movement towards Barcelona is quickly approaching. Resource gain efficiency. You know, let's go for the synthetic refineries. And we get a little bit more war support. Thank you very much. Well, if Barcelona fallen, all these guys basically are trapped. Which is really nice. They have no supplies. They should actually be taking, like, immediate negative 33% penalties. Due to low supplies. Yeah, so I'm glad we've at least pushed CNT back. Yeah, 'cause now they are at 43%. Fight between Algerian nationalists. Early late night violence suddenly arose in the streets of Constantine. The police report stated that some militants of Action in Algiers quite randomly encountered members of the underground ENA while they were seated in a small restaurant. The details of the start of the fight are then unclear, but all versions agree that the street turned into an utter chaos in a few minutes, when members of the two parties fought through chairs, tables, and any projectile that they could find, all while insulting each other in French and Arabic. The fight finally stopped when rumors heard of the coming police. This fight is of minor importance, reveals the increased tensions between the two main Algerian nationalist parties. The ENA is a syndicalist party, founded in Paris by Hessi Hedge, forbidden Algeria and radically opposed to the current French rule. And Action Algiers, however, is legal, and its leader, Faret Abis, believes in assimilation into Greater France and calls for greater traditional autonomy. You know what, come over here. You're actually going to fight me, which is a mistake on your part, because it's going to lead to you just, like, being absolutely murdered, even faster than before. Well, we need to kind of make our way down here. Estonia joined the Moscow Accord. Okay. I actually thought that they would just get annexed by Russia, but apparently that's not the case. We really just need to march our way towards Valencia, and I think that'll basically be the end of CNT. Are you... You're just hills. Hills is not horrible. And we're not crossing a river, so, you know, it's not as bad as it could otherwise be. WWII network informants within the commune have recently been interrogated within our wider intelligence network in a metropole, and already provides with crucial information regarding military installations and planning. Commune influence within our dominion, as well as potential targets to bring over to our side or take down. Founded earlier this year by Louis de la Bourdet, a winemaker, and now headed our... Okay. And now headed by our smuggling agent, Gilbert Renault, now operating under the pseudonym of Colonel Remy. Network operates primarily in the west of France, recruiting mostly among the numerous Catholics disgruntled by the anti-clerical practices of the syndicalist government, including a high number of women such as Jeanette Gouet. As such, leaving the Catholic, Colonel Remy has chosen for network the code name C and D, short for Our Lady Confraternity. Okay. Confraternity. Hoping to put an effort to these heroes under the protection of the Virgin Mary. Good luck, Colonel. We got 5% intelligence. I've also noticed, I've just remembered, we don't even have a spy network existing. Yeah, let's make a spy network, please. That could prove beneficial for us in the future. You know what? Invest 100 political power. Why not? Yes, please assist in our economy. I usually think that's just the best option. And I think CNT is basically going to get killed off in the north. So we'll probably end this episode, I'm hoping, when CNT actually capitulates. 1940 is a little bit too expensive, so let's go for the advanced machine tools. I mean, will Valencia be enough for them to capitulate? I'm hoping so. Because what... They're at, again, what, 43%-ish? 41? I do notice that my mouse cursor is broken once again. I don't know why this has been happening. It's very strange. That my mouse cursor is like, oh, wait. Like, I don't know what happened. Like, it's been working fine for, like, the last two episodes, so who knows? Anyway, you're now at least guarding our back. Honestly, I'm kind of just, like... Just do like a breakthrough here. See, even getting up attack. I mean, you don't even have a commander, which I think seems pretty good. Let's follow you up with. Got the riches of Africa. And you know what? That's actually just free oil. Yeah, you know what? Give me the oil and a bunch of other free resources. That actually does prove that could prove invaluable in the future. So this city in the south has been taken now. Well, actually, it's not been taken. You are worth 3 victory points. And what's happening over here? Also, yeah, now the mouse button works again. The Qing government is doing pretty well, so I'm sure they'll be able to resist Japanese invasion very soon. So with Valencia fallen, is that enough for CNT to die? No, they're at 10%. Under normal circumstances, they would be dead. But right now, that is not the case. I mean, I could try to march down here, but I feel like the King of Spain is probably going to be able to take that on their own. No, there we go. Now they've capitulated. So I feel with the capitulation of... You go up here. The capitulation of CNT is going to be a good time for us to end this episode. So thanks, everybody, for watching. My name is Anthnwam. If you enjoyed, give it a thumbs up. Not enjoying, click some down. If you want to see more, subscribe. And goodbye.